It has not been a great week of news for the major AI labs this week. You remember just a few weeks ago when Uber blew through their entire AI budget in just 4 months for the entire year? Their COO, Andrew McDonald, just went on a podcast yesterday and said that it's getting hard to justify all this heavy spending on AI tokens. You think about how Uber incentivized their employees to use Claude Code and use AI as much as possible by having this Claude Code leaderboard and pretty much just getting people to use it as much as possible and spend as much money as possible. But then if you or I open the app now for Uber, not really much has changed in the last few months. And it's not just Uber, because Microsoft also just announced that they're canceling their Claude Code subscriptions for their engineers and making them go back to the Copilot CLI, which is their internal product. It's also interesting when you consider the fact that a lot of these Chinese open source models don't perform quite as well, but they perform pretty up to par with like the Claude and ChatGPTs, and they're significantly cheaper. And so a lot of developers are saying that they're just going to switch to these Chinese models. And according to a lot of people, these API prices for these models like Claude and ChatGPT are already as cheap as they're ever going to be. And if anything, they're going to continue to raise those prices. And so if enterprises are already saying that they're not really getting the value out of it now, what's going to happen when they actually do have to raise the prices? The contradiction is kind of funny. You have some executives saying that AI is allowing them to shed like 10% of their workforce, whereas you have other executives like the Uber COO saying that he can't really justify spending all this much money on AI. Now follow for the next breakdown.